Welcome, Amy. I see you.
Okay, we're just waiting for Amy, who came late. One of those scholars who always arrive late at school, I've heard. No? In the spotlight, shame. Okay, while Amy is finishing off the signing over there, from my side, just a very hearty welcome to this fantastic book launch that we have here today. You know, for me, writing and the art and documenting our work is something that is fundamentally important for all of us, because the documentation of your work becomes a living history, not only for you for today, but for generations that follow. And not enough of us do that. I'm very honored also to have Yusuf here, Yusuf Daniels, living colored. And I think Yusuf, you know, you are really a true example of what is possible in terms of the documentation of our living history. You know, your stories about Dam and all of those kind of places, if those things are not documented, all of that goes missing. Because the places where we played, the places where we grew up, our thoughts, our views, our ambitions, if those things are not documented, then all of that goes missing. It becomes lost. And other people will document that for us from their point of view, through their eyes, and through their thoughts. So I've got many other people here, like Erica, who have published, who have taken on that step, or took forward the step to actually go out there and to publish their work. And today we have a very, where is he now? He's disappeared. Is he at the back there? Okay. And today for me, I think it's a really big pleasure to have David. We've been working together now for the past couple of months on this fantastic book. And as I sat with it, with the words going through it, his thoughts, you know, people don't always get that, okay? But you've penned it down very beautifully in the way that we accept, in the way that we visualize, in the way that we declare what it is that we do in life. More latecomers? And people, I think that is very important. So David, I'm going to leave the stage to you to take us through what is in that head of yours. Fantastic young business entrepreneur, and I think someone who has made a mark on society. So please put your hands together for David. Yes. You want the mic?
Okay, gratitude, Gavin. I'm going to warn everybody I might cry at some point. Thank you, Gavin, for the introduction. I don't want to take up too much time because I want people to mingle also. This actually, I wasn't sure it was going to become an impromptu networking session. Thank you, Lucas, for starting off the proceedings. It's brilliant. I love it. And it's part of also the doing, right? Love the doers. So what I'm going to do is I need a timekeeper. Can somebody give me 10 minutes on the clock, on the watch? When we hit 5 minutes, just shout 5. Thank you, Andre. And just shout 5. And then we're down to the last 2. Just shout 2. Cool? 100%. Are we still rolling there, Lazar? Great stuff. So yeah, I was photographing the event and video documenting the event. So that's just what we do, right? Right, so I accept, visualize, declare, do. The book you see before you, or some of you might have in your possession right now, stands for accept, visualize, declare, do. And to illustrate that point, you guys just did it today. I asked you to come to the event. You accepted the responsibility to come to the event. You visualized what the event would look like, more or less. You declared to myself and to other people, listen, I'm going to this event on Saturday. And the doing part is you sitting here now. Right? Just give yourselves a round of applause. I think that's really cool, guys. Right? So the book was born out of love and gratitude. I'm grateful to every single person that made it today. I mean, I love you guys just for being here. I'm not going to thank individual people because it's too much. I'd have to thank the people that printed the book. I'd have to thank the guy that came up with paper. I'd have to thank the guy that wrote the first book. It's just too much, right? I'm grateful. And it was inspired by those of you who know me know I'm into Japan and most things Japanese, right? So Japanese anime, right? It's an anime series called Gear. So the character in the show at the end, like when I saw what he did, I watched it years ago, and I was like, what is that? There were 4 steps that he followed, and that blew my mind. It's not even my favorite anime. It's in the top 10, but it's one of my favorite anime, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just me seeing it, right? But as I went on, I'm 36 years old, and as the years ticked on, I came across Fortune Africa's Billionaires, right? And I read this book, and I didn't know Africa had so many billionaires, right? They make us seem like a third world country, but some of the richest men in the world live on the African continent, and women live on the African continent. And I read the stories and how the bios were beautifully structured and put together, and I thought, wow, I would love to do a book like that for the people that I know, that I feel they're not billionaires or millionaires. Okay, some of you are. But they have the potential to reach there, and to me, they've already achieved that goal. Then there was also Good to Great by Jim Collins, the hedgehog concept. That was also applied in the book. I'm not going to delve into it. I'm just going to throw this information at you. If you come across it somewhere in your life, which you probably will, just remember that you heard it here. And then Joseph Campbell, The Hero's Journey, he speaks about separation, initiation, return. All came into there. Then I thought, you know what? If I'm going to write a book, because I've been applying AVDD my whole life, basically. Because then I thought, you know what? If I'm going to come up with this, did I do it back in the day? Because if it doesn't bear semblance to my reality, then how can I put it out there into other people's reality? So then I thought about it, and it came to me that, yes, I actually have been applying Accept, Visualize, Declare, doing everything I've been doing. So I thought, you know what? If I'm going to put out the book, it's going to be authentic, it's going to be real. So then I did, and I don't just call it a book, I call it a case study as well. Because the book isn't just about me. It's about the titans you see on the cover that might be sitting next to you right now, right? So it's not just about me, it's about them. So if it worked for me and it worked for them, I mean, you might want to give it a shot, right? So the case study you would call, it's a case study on how to achieve your goals, right? You can apply it and it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, also great, but I do believe that you will find value in it. Gratitude, Andre. 943 minutes. I took a week off my day job in media, and it took me 943 minutes to structure the layout of the book. The book that you're going to read, the book that you're going to come across during the course of the next few months, in terms of chapter, a personal account, the Titans, a quote from the Titans, how they applied accept or visualize or declare or do in their lives, and also an image gallery on my personal experiences. And then at the end, the Hall of Titans, where I give you a brief bio on who exactly the Titans are, so that you know it's not just random individuals. I mean, they might feel like, I see Edwin smiling there, they might feel like they were chosen as random individuals, but there's a method to the madness, right? Titans. So why Titans? Titans are, I guess everybody knows, Greek mythology. From Greek mythology, the Titans were the race of beings or deities that preceded the gods. So Zeus, Athena, all those gods that we know that have now been serialized in the comic books, Quentin, right? They were all gods based on Greek mythology, right? So the Titans preceded them. They were a race of giants, right? So the people that I interviewed and called Titans are people I perceive as larger than life characters. So you guys are giants. So the thinking behind that is a animated film. It's not an anime, it's just an animated film. There's a distinction. Called Titan AE, where there's a ship that is the last hope of humanity. Humanity is basically extinct. But this ship can build a new planet, right? So Earth is destroyed, and the ship, they find the ship, and do they build a new Earth? I don't know, watch the movie. So what I'm trying to say with that is that we shouldn't be afraid of each other's successes. Let's all be Titans. If we all become Titans, this planet is going to be too small to house all the Titans. So why don't each Titan just go find their own planet? Right? The galaxy is vast enough. And in terms of that, I want to bring you down to something that I also just made up, right? So global citizen thinking. Everyone's heard of global citizen thinking, right? I think that's all well and good, that's cool, but I'm saying galactic citizen thinking, right? So if you're thinking global citizen thinking, we're only thinking about what we can do for the Earth and how we can contribute to the Earth. But if you're thinking galactically in terms of the other worlds, other planets, then Earth becomes so much smaller. So when we look at it and we're thinking we're fighting over resources and jobs and killing each other and doing all these bad things to each other, I mean, should we really be doing that? Can't we think bigger than that? Can't we think further than that? And that's why Titans. How much time are we on, Andre? Fantastic. In closing, so some interesting facts. The size of the book, right? People are like, wow, it looks so much bigger on the pictures and on social media. Well done on Gavin for framing the shots like that also. We got them, Gavin, we got them, right? So the purpose of this, I specially requested this size from Gavin. Gavin, is that the truth or not?
Yeah.
Cool. The reason for that is I wanted it to be carried around in your pocket, in your pocket, in your pocket. When I see you a month from now, I want to see tattered pages. I want to see, this must be not lost pages, but written on and scribbled on. It must be, use it, guys. Use it. It's not to be on a bookshelf or be displayed nicely. Wow, I supported that and now it became a movement and I was part of that and it's signed and everything. No, use it. If you're going to give it to people, even better. I'm not making a profit on this. The important thing is to get the knowledge out there. Right? So if you give your copy to someone, if you're done reading it and you want to give your copy to someone, I'm not going to come ask you, where's the copy I gave you, Yusuf? Yusuf, show me now. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Right? So in terms of that, do share, guys, and that's the reason for the size. Always have it with you. You don't have an excuse to say that, wow, David, I didn't get a chance to read the book yet. You can carry it with you anywhere, everywhere, right? Titans. Interesting fact about the Titans. How many Titans are on the cover? There are 12 Titans on the cover, right? I discovered after writing the book and after we sent it to print that there were originally 12 Titans. I did not know that. The original Titans, there were only 12 Titans, primordial beings. Primordial in terms of air, represented by air, represented by earth, represented by fire, represented by, right? So the Titans in the book are like, that was amazing. I thought that was mind-blowing. If I look into more of the Titans, there's a lot of other interesting facts as well. Uranus was heaven and Gaia was earth, and they came together and they fathered the children of the Titans. Greek mythology, we don't know if it's true, but stories get passed on and they get changed, and we can't say what happened and what didn't happen, right? And then also 10% of the book that you purchased today will go towards LoveTheDoers, a non-profit that is focused on community sustainability initiatives. So by buying the book, you guys just planted that seed into making communities better. So I appreciate you for that as well. Thank you, guys. And then what I decided also, 20% of the sale of the book, I will put into one of my new projects. I don't know what that project is yet, but in that way, everyone that purchased the book, you are now part of that project as well. So gratitude for that. And those who purchase the book today and those who have pre-ordered the book will receive a special surprise, right? But you need to have your email address written down there. So if you purchase the book, please write down your email address. If you didn't purchase the book, you're not receiving the special surprise, unfortunately. I would like to leave you with this in closing. And it's on the back cover of the book. What can I do today that my future self will thank me for tomorrow? Congrats, you guys. So I'm going to call up two of the titans to just say a few words of how AVDD impacted and affected their lives. Lucas, you're up.
David is quite a character. I think you all know him. He managed to bring us all together here on a Saturday morning. The sun is shining.
And it's rugby, Lucas.
But the thing I really liked that man sitting over there is when he had to impersonate me. And he did a better job than I did of myself. David, thanks for this book. I mean, you flatter us by putting 12 random people that then met each other but obviously influenced your life on this book. My brother's a dreamer. My brother's an incredible dreamer. You know, he starts dreaming about things. I always say, ligkastele, he puts a chandelier in, he puts wall-to-wall carpets, I mean, put furniture in there, but he gets nowhere. Because dreaming means nothing without doing. And a lot of people can dream. It's easy to dream, but not a lot of people can do. And that is what makes this book valuable to me. The key how to get things done. And we're sitting here with the author. I think David. Out of your soul, out of your system. Same business ideas. When you start building on something and you're scheming and you want to do something normally, what sabotages you? Yourself, your family, people that don't believe you, people that want to see you fail. Don't bother about that. Your own abilities are amazing. You don't know that yet, possibly. But when I apply this in my life, two of these steps are deeply personal and silent. I don't make a big noise about it. The first one, accept. It's a very quiet process in my head. I decide, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? And if I feel comfortable with it, I want to do it. The next one, the visualize, is the fun part of it. That's where you start saying what if. There's a lot of permutations of what if. And you can go quite crazy there. The declare part is also silent in my head. I don't declare up front, yes, I'm going to climb the mountain. Everybody, whoa, look at me, I'm going to climb the mountain. I'm going to climb that mountain. No, I first climb the mountain. And then I tell people that I've done it. So my declare part is also a deeply personal side where I say to myself, I'm committing, I'm investing myself, I'm going to do it. In my job, what I do, really the biggest compliment I can ever get from anybody is to say that I made a difference to their life. I like to unlock potential in people. I like to show people different options that they might not be aware of. My frame of reference differs from your frame of reference. I might know stuff that you don't know. You know stuff that I don't know. And so we meet that somewhere in between and make magic. David, all the best with this book. It is a very interesting project. I've been following your occasional post on LinkedIn in respect of this. And I think this is the beginning of something big. And I think it is something that is a useful tool. You know, in South Africa at the moment, a lot of people find that they need to, like, there's no formal jobs really. If you want to go somewhere, create your own job. But how do you do that? How do you get to the point where you can actually make money and make a difference to people? And one of the important things, and David's well aware of it, is how you connect to your community. Because without people, without knowing people, without getting people to support you, you're not going to go anywhere. And that's what I like about your bookstore. This is a very interesting bookstore. The first time I was here with David, he wrote a little poem in a little leaflet there. And this side, I don't know who the gentleman was, but he looked like a serious gangster to me. And he walked up to David and very humbly he said, would you please sign your poem to me? And I realized this is a magical place. But thanks for inviting me and thanks for being here, everybody.
Thank you, Lucas. Edwin.
Thank you, David, for telling me literally 5 minutes ago that I was going to say something.
Thank you, Edwin, for not RSVP.
I must start by saying I'm extremely flattered, and I don't think I belong in this book, to be honest. I think my space belongs to you, David. But nonetheless, I am in the book, so I'll say something about my journey. When David approached me about this, I thought to myself, what is this guy on about? Titans and things. Yeah, leave that for Titans. And we sat down, and very uncomfortable interview, as you may not know. I don't really like this type of thing, speaking or anything like that. And I sat there thinking, and while I was speaking, I was realizing that I was allowing myself to go through my journey again, which was weird because I haven't shared that with many people. And when David articulated it in the way that you wanted to do it with AVDD, I thought to myself, it's so weird because my journey was almost a bit of a puzzle of this, because my visualization and my declaration came before my actual acceptance. Because for someone who had previously in the corporate world been seen as exceptionally successful, to find yourself and your wife unemployed, sitting in the hospital, holding your newborn son with a daughter at home is something you don't accept really easily, especially after you've attained success in the corporate world. So for me, the acceptance, the visualization that while I was in the corporate wasn't really what I was supposed to do, but the money was too good, the golden handcuffs was too tight. So going from that to making that, accepting that, you know what, this is actually your journey. You've been allowed now something that not many people are allowed to have, which is follow your dream. After that acceptance, it was obviously, the visualization was done. I knew what I was supposed to be, and I knew what I was supposed to do. The declaration part was the tough part, because then you have to tell your mom, your dad, your family that, you know what, I'm kind of unemployed. And so is my wife. So we're going to need a bit of help just on the emotional support, because it happened literally end of November. So before Christmas, before my birthday, and you're like, well, actually it's the best time, because it allowed me to slow down, allowed me to recapture time that I'd lost with my family chasing money. I spent so much time overseas chasing money that I almost lost children. They were having a relationship with a digital dad, which was something I never wanted for them, and inadvertently it's something that I created for them. So the declaration was probably the toughest part. The doing was probably failing in succession and just standing up faster the next time. So constantly failing to where now we have such a great relationship with David and Andre in the work that we do, empowering others to see within themselves something which I was very fortunate enough to fall into. I wasn't brave enough, I didn't have the courage to step away from what life was telling me to be, and then accept and do what I was supposed to be doing. So I can't really take credit for that. That was just life telling me, well, go do what you're supposed to do. So David, again, I hope that what's in this book can be an inspiration to the others, because I absolutely agree with what you're trying to portray there, is that unfortunately we all accept what life gives us. We accept what society tells us we are, what society tells us we can be. This process was dear to me. It's allowed me to be what I've always wanted to be, a good father and a good husband. So kudos to you for putting this together, David. Absolutely, if I just look around and feel the love in this, feel the energy in this book is going to change a lot of lives, and ultimately that's what we want. So thank you so much for coming, and I hope there's many people like this with real titans, not just someone like myself, but you in there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, I wasn't planning to speak here, but those are just two of the titans that are in the book. Some of the other titans are here, but I know people want to get back to the rugby and back to the Saturday, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. The one thing I do want to comment on, though, is that the two titans that just spoke here now, did they seem like normal, humble people? Like, right? But why are they so humble? They are legends, right? They can be acting like Christian Bale acted on the set of Batman and just throw a tantrum and put it on social media, right? That is their prerogative. But I can tell you one thing though, the two of them are representative of the rest of the Titans as well. So this even solidifies the point more for me that the people that I interviewed are people that belong in this book. If I wanted to interview all the people that I wanted to for this book, then I'd probably have to print out like 4 of these books next to one another, make it that big. Right, so I'm grateful to all of you guys. Thank you for allocating the time to be here. The Titans for giving off their precious time to be interviewed for the book. Edwin, Lucas, Quentin, Lauren, Romeo. Romeo also just got married. In the book, you'll read about how he's about to get married. And also the changes that Edwin was talking about in terms of making the changes in people's lives now working together. One of those people actually sitting here in the room. I'm not going to mention her, she's very shy. But it's real things happening to real people. And I've had the privilege and the honor to work with a few of you and to interact with a few of you. And if I haven't, that's your fault, so you need to come make contact with me. And for those people that I didn't meet yet and didn't shake hands with, come say hi before you leave, so that I can at least say that you were here and we greet each other. I think we're going to move on to, you know what, we've actually got some time. Are there any questions? We can do questions if you guys have any questions, anything you're unsure about? Yes, Quentin.
David, yes. Tell me, is there going to be a follow-up?
A follow-up? Yeah. I'm considering doing a follow-up. This version of AVDD was very rushed. It was very rushed in terms of I literally contacted the Titan and then I'd show up at their place with the cameras and everything. So the interview that Eden was talking about, there is definitely an interview, and you can see how awkward he is in that interview also. They all gave their permission, so they can't tell me, no David, I don't want the interview displayed. So you'll see there's a special link in the book, right? There's a hyperlink in the book. You can't click on the link, obviously nothing's going to happen. But the link is going to take you to a YouTube channel. So there's an embargo, there's a hold on that at the moment. So those videos will be released and ready for you by Monday. So the second part of your book gets activated on Monday. Yeah, there's a digital aspect to your book. So that part gets activated on Monday. And those of you who purchase the book also, there's another digital aspect that you will be privy to. That will happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. If you gave me your email address. Don't forget, very important, give me email address, right? So yes, Quentin, I am strongly considering a follow-up because I would love to have it in a great setup. You'll see the backgrounds on the book are all varied. I love that aspect of it because I just caught them where they were, right? And we just did it there, right? But with a follow-up, I'd love a studio setup. Let's take our time, let's talk through it, let's delve in more. Because part of what I told Gavin about the size of this book also, I don't want it to waste anybody's time. I want you to read it. When it's done, you should be like, but isn't there more? And then you read it again. Because it's a study guide and there should be points that stand out to you. So if there are points that you keep coming back to, that would be fantastic. I expect people to call me or send me WhatsApp messages. If you can send me a WhatsApp message though, it might take a while to get 2 blue ticks. I'm just warning you guys, right? But if you contact me, I will respond, definitely. And I'm looking forward to your responses and how I receive the book. A follow-up, yes, I'm hoping there's more time. I want to do a follow-up. I want there to be a budget for a follow-up. I want us to have the gear and to shoot the Titans and to have more Titans and new Titans. I actually see a few more Titans here just off the top of my head that I want to include in the book. I'm not going to look at anybody, otherwise they'll be like, it's me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
questions?